Number 1, Lionel Messi, Argentina. Lionel Messi has been terrorizing European defenses for over a decade now, and has proved himself with FC Barcelona times and times again. His trophy cabinet speaks for itself. However, what the Barca star is still missing is a major achievement with Argentina's first team. Messi will be motivated more than he has ever been throughout his glorious career, as Russia 2018 will almost certainly be his last chance to win the World Cup. Lionel will be 31, more experienced and determined than ever. Everybody knows that when the Tango star is on fire, it would be extremely complicated for any defense to stop. Messi fans will be hoping that he inspires Argentina to a victory against Ecuador on Tuesday, before starring for them in June and July. Despite all the disappointing moments he has been through with the national team, there is one last golden chance to achieve the biggest title in world football, which is El Mundial. Messi, who has scored 61 goals for Argentina, has never found the net in the knockout phase of any World Cup edition. It's now or never. Number 2, Neymar, Brazil. Neymar shocked the whole world. He completed his move from FC Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain in the summer, but the Brazilian is proving every week why this controversial decision could be exactly what he needed in order to reach the next level of stardom. Following the appointment of Tite, Brazil have cemented themselves as the stronger side in South America, and are leading the CONMEBOL qualifiers with a 10-point gap over Uruguay, at second place. And Neymar is, without any doubt, the star of this eye-catching Brazil side. The 25-year-old is set to guide PSG in the UEFA Champions League, as the main man. This will be a great preparation for him, ahead of leading his national team in the FIFA World Cup. Everything hints that Neymar, who is on 52 goals in 80 games, will be one of the most phenomenal performers of the tournament set to be held in Russia. Number 3, Toni Kroos, Germany. Toni Kroos has won it all, at both club level and international football. It is crazy to think that despite all his achievements, he is still only 27 years old and is heading for the next World Cup as Germany's midfield architect. Germany are, as always, one of the biggest favorites to emerge victorious in any tournament they take part in. The reigning world champions are motivated more than ever, because a triumph in Russia would mean matching Brazil's record as the only country to have won the competition on 5 different occasions. They would then have a stronger case for being the greatest national team in history. Is there a bigger motivation than that? Kroos was regarded by many as the best player in the 2014 World Cup, as he was the most important man in Germany's midfield, and without him, they may not have even reached the final. Number 4, Isco, Spain. Spain's national team have come a very long way since their last 3 disappointing tournaments, namely, the 2013 Confederations Cup when they lost 3-0 to Brazil, the 2014 World Cup when Netherlands smashed them 5-1, and the Euros in 2016 when they were eliminated by Italy. La Furia Roja is one of the favorites to conquer the next World Cup in Moscow, as they have a very balanced side, with arguably the best midfield controllers in the world. But one man who stands out in specific is Francisco Roman Alarcon Suarez. Isco has been spectacular to watch, not just for Real Madrid, but also with Spain. Italy's star Marco Verratti has bowed down to the Spanish magician after the clash between the two countries, and has admitted that he felt like clapping for him during the game. The 25-year-old is on 6 goals for the national team, and his role keeps growing with every new call-up. There is not much doubt that he will be their technical leader in Russia. Number 5, Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo has been one of the most dominant figures in world football in the past decade, and has won all possible cups at club level. But, in the summer of 2016, the Portuguese was able to guide his nation to the first major title in its history, upon claiming the Euro Cup. An achievement which no doubt cemented Cristiano's legacy as one of the greatest footballers in the history of the game. After helping Portugal top their qualifying group, ahead of Switzerland, On goal difference, Ronaldo will be aiming higher this time around, in Russia. The four-time Ballon d'Or winner, who is regarded by many as the best player in the world, alongside Argentina's Lionel Messi, is expected to captain Portugal in his fourth World Cup participation as a player. In 2006, Portugal ended fourth. In 2010 they were eliminated by Spain in the round of 16, whereas in 2014, they could not even make it out of the group stage. A superstar with Cristiano's glorious legacy will be demanded to play a bigger role. All eyes will be set on the Real Madrid icon to deliver on the world's biggest footballing stage. Number 6, Luis Suarez, Uruguay. Uruguay have managed to retrieve a bit of their glorious past in the last couple of years, as they were able to reach the semi-finals of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, before eventually claiming the Copa America title on Argentinian soil in 2011. A lot of La Celeste's success was without any doubt thanks to the brilliance of the one and only Luis Suarez. The 30-year-old has scored 47 goals in 94 appearances, and was decisive enough on the big occasions, more often than not. Suarez is arguably the best striker in the world in the past few years, and has shown his worth in the English Premier League with Liverpool, and then in La Liga with FC Barcelona, where the Uruguayan has basically won it all. Uruguay are defensively solid and can cause a hard time for any traditional powerhouse in the knockout phase of the competition. They can always count Luisito to score the all-important goal. Number 7, Gabriel Jesus, Brazil. The question is yet to be answered as to whether Gabriel Jesus is the best rising talent in the world. While he is very impressive at club level, he may not be the most impressive one among a galaxy of other stars. But, when it comes to international football, it is hard to think of any other youngster who is as crucial for his country side as Gabriel Jesus is. The 20-year-old has already scored 7 goals and provided 3 assists in just 10 games for the Solicão, all in official World Cup qualifiers. The influence that Gabriel has had is just immense, and he is now considered a permanent entity in Tite's lineup. As a matter of fact, Brazil's national team is being touted as one of the top 3 favorites, if not the number 1 favorite, to lift the World Cup trophy in Russia. If the Brazilians manage to do so, it would be for a record 6th time. However, this will be easier said than done, and Gabriel Jesus of all people is aware of the challenge. The Manchester City star dreams to emulate the footsteps of his number 1 idol Ronaldo, who in 2002 was the hero of the final, after scoring a brace against Germany. And, if there is any Brazilian striker who has a bit of Ronaldo in him in recent years, then it would have to be Gabriel. Whether he will go down in history just like his role model, remains to be seen. Number 8, Kylian Mbappé, France. Kylian Mbappé has conquered the hearts of all the lovers of French football. He is considered to be the biggest rising sensation in Ligue 1 at the moment, and how can he not be, with all these bags of potential within him? To put things into perspective, the 18-year-old scored 6 goals in the UEFA Champions League last season, to guide AS Monaco to the semi-finals of the edition, for the first time since 2004. With his heroic performances and a full debut for France's national team, it was no surprise that French giants Paris Saint-Germain were quick to acquire his services, for what could add up to a transfer fee of around €180 million, making him the world's second most expensive player in football history, behind his new club mate. Junior Les Bleus are a factory of talents, but Mbappé might well be the most promising one among a galaxy of rising gems. He is the modern-day striker who is capable of not only scoring goals, but also rescuing games from dead situations, thanks to his sensational burst of pace and dribbling skills, and will be expected to light Russia up next year. Number 9, Paulo Dybala, Argentina. Paulo Dybala is so ridiculously good, that it is so easy to forget the fact that he is only 23 years old and still has a lot of room for development. The Argentinian has already won the hearts of Juventus fanatics, as well as that of all admirers of Italian calcio. In 7 league games this season, Dybala has already found the net on 10 different occasions. These stats are no doubt Messi-esque ones. And it is precisely Lionel Messi, to whom the genius of the young rising Argentine is being compared to. With his movement, dribbling, passing and shooting technique, Paolo is reminiscent of his idol and is being compared to him week in, week out. While he is admittedly still not in contention to be compared to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, if the Juventus star continues displaying such performances until the end of the season, then he will no doubt be closer than ever to reach this category. Argentina's national team is in desperate need for a new hero to emerge out of the blue and help them get out of their current miserable state. Will Dybala be their man, come Russia 2018? Number 10, Timo Werner, Germany. Timo Werner might only be 21 years old, but he has already proved his worth by guiding Germany's national team to Confederations Cup triumph in June. Perhaps a sign of what could happen next year, as the Germans make their comeback to Russian capital Moscow, for the World Cup this time. Werner will be looking to challenge for another Golden Boot award, and who can blame him for being ambitious, when he possesses such fascinating finishing skills and when he is the focal point of Germany's attack. They are known to dominate games and to never leave their main striker short of clear-cut goal-scoring chances. Werner has already scored 5 Bundesliga goals in 6 appearances this season,